Ekwabani say ya pani behe nabra pa no so eni munguma no Facebook Sompa 106.5 FM Accra ana YouTube no Sompa FM live oba sani Valentine tie fie ha no wonso be hu de ewo ho na ne santi akobo no nsia na no nsia gbo ne ede ho kase ya bra wi Valentine esi he ya no na ye busa se wo ye Ghana ni na ye kan say no utimi kura pa bi wo talk ne so ana na etre so na de to so ayeka ewo hwa na ye busa se ye ka Valentine ye de ade wo ye Ghana ni wo ye Ghana ni na ye ka Valentine sana no Saint Valentine wo nya do na wo di do na yensu ye nyina ye de ye nkai dum e de ama se odo na ya kire do de ya kire ye ho no wo de no wonim ne san wonim kosi he sa asem yi ba mu pe ana ya ma ne boni ba wa beidu wote fa so ana wone Ghana fo bebre ebon komo titiri pa na wo fa santimantam mu fira dwe so de kwa kosi tachima na afo ho na ode hwa fam wa fa hwa ede kwa adwira ni nyina wone manfo na wo ni bi edi nkomo na enomu ana ye obusa se wo ye Ghana ni se ya ka Valentine Day ne kura no a ya de ne ba trim binum de atopabuo no a ana wo mutrim binum so de wo munim se ya de kire wodo na Ghana fo nsem ni
Valentine debia e share red but we no bit entemo baby na pese wo chena dia otimi eto ekokoma no na ayefe but ebinum dia wo dia ayese condom ne hono no nsa basa sa Valentine Day no chocolate na ye che chocolate no so kuku kra na ye di yenso kuku they say yintuaka sa be chocolate nke bu o man a e low cost kra so kuku kra ye ntokra na ye tuaka we de medi me gabi wa meso menini bedia menene ebeko misi medi Valentine me madam fo madofu bi ho a meto red 19 bi na akwa akoche no simple na yefe fabi so tu yiniano emema ne ma ni nyina afo say we adofo na wo say to bibi kokoche but bi no ayo ma yen say no nsa etuto condom nyina ema condom nyina timi short we ni abobro nsa basa na akwa akofa wo yini kese na asan dia ni na nye fine ntimo hwe mo ho yi
atu no nko ade medi ezi edi ma Valentine ho kire no me nko ba bia de but medi no fie se me nyame chocolate bia because Valentine Day is all about chocolate timi me nyame de hye me de mu eno ano no
Valentine obroni bia odi Valentine no na hu mo bro ahye na ma omo ha onya tetim no na oboa om ti Valentine ye megwa agua e adeba
weye Ghana fo binum wonu mo adwenkyere ana wonu mo akere ne kama ewo ho no na maneboy ya maneboni ba wa beidu ene de som yen
ye to akase no eso na ye kwakopie mu ewo ye imfimfi mantemu Dwemtenia woda NDC amanyoko no ano Yewra Johnson esiedu nketia na make say comment say na sentem nie obo pro adagana fo ase ewo eye imfimpimienu ene edromi nan aba ye to ye se woda Ghana fo ase se Ghana fo etimi aye Ghana NDC amanyoko na dum na ja masanso di tumi dia hwo monsa biu na wokopie mo mfimfi mantem a ene biaye a okokopie ye ewo eye imfimfi mantem eye adwumako enyan esiam constituency wo no kwasem ni enapolopoli enu ena Yewra Johnson esiedu nketie di wo ho na ninsem bi odi tu dwa ba ko ekọ edema aya aban anamusifo ye former appointees yi wose wo ya aban appointee na fe wanya konya esum ewo NDC amanyoko ni mu a nie ode kokobo be ma ho a chese wo hwe ni ye betima boa mo pa eni se wonya obi a ye pesemenkumnya wose pesemenkumnya anenam so ema eye Ignatius Ketu Echampon na aban ye tu ni gu ya tese banchi ebio eye pesemenkumnya aban eye ade bi abekunde etia eye Yewra John Dramani Mahama na ni so ade hu ene kwanya wo fa so wo bu oman no wozi ne na se to a wo ko ewo mantem ni mu no ade ba ko betima ka sisu dua chipa ache Ghana fo pa ni se eye dia ko aye ba nyina no obi a hwa kontabuo a ban yi hwe obetima bu no abu ni yie enu nti se wo ya ponti ne ya appoint wo se brana ba sum eye dwumadie kakra e wa ban mu na ye wadwen se wonko a na oba be pe ho anyade a ene waso ba yehye wasi accountability so aka ban na namontuo na afenso no ne botaye a wotuo enu nti se wo ya appointi na wo ye wadwen se 2028 a botaye na si wani so de a ene anhwa adache obedi do krokwa enu nti ono no de se dwentre nipa wada amanyoko na no ne de wo ye small boy anase bia wanya konya asum ewo ndis aban mu na bia wo ya aban anamusini na wonnim na baba e wadwen se o baba pe ho nkuna anyade a ene abusua ene wone wo be chia ya mo pa yewa Johnson esiedu nkete ansem odi tudwa no ebini Abusia ya boy ahomoden se yensa ebetimi akan Yewura Johnson esiedu nketia nene no na ya bo ede amagana fuate ezan se ensem okokan no kwasem nie Yewura Johnson esiedu nketia wa yete se me amo wo fase bi onso nti nsem ne piefre mu basa na echenwi ase nti nsem ode kokotu dwa ho enam so mpokura ema party chitafo ni bi ebo mo nsem ye pa ede ma no bo na baso sampa pani due mante ampa ne mom ni nsem a wakan de no kwasem ne we appointee na wo honom na wanhweye na ye wadwen se ene saa na baba ye ho pese menkumnya de abusia ene waso ebeye hye ye boy homoden se ye nsa betimi akan ne nanso eni na bu akamu de abusia ye nto akase no eso
ye to akase no so a na ye wuram ewo saa Valentine kro ya de enam so a na ebinom wo mo echeche de eni kwanse wo mo che na ebi nsu di chocolate no na medo ko bono na henkro sunyane enna na agema opambo na wonam sunya Central Prisons ni ebusa na say honso na mane no say bo mene Ghana Tourism Authority enenam na wono mo bae no owura Elike Diezanga we deputy director Edema Hospitality of Ghana Tourism Authority wonne di wo manim eba abono afa ho ene wo say we no eya adofo da na enya duru say amanfo to chocolate ebi to obese de ye kokko de ma obi se obebie ne kokko so nyina no wo mo de na duafie ase ye yi ni ama won enna Ghana Tourism Authority wono mantena se a wo mo koye sa ye no na Yewura Elike ekire de ntia wo mo da sa do no edie akire won.
February 14th of every year has been put aside the world over as the day that we commemorate and celebrate love. The Ghana Tourism Authority deemed it fit. We call it Chocolate Day. The reason is that we want to take away the promiscuity and other vices associated with Valentine's Day and concentrate on chocolate, which is a locally made Ghanaian product, so that we can market made in Ghana product, particularly chocolate, and use chocolate. So this year's celebration, we chose the Central Prison here in Sunyani to show love, chocolate and chocolate products and other products. Today's celebration is unique because this is the first time we have visited a Central Prison. So the question is, why inmates? These are people that are deemed as recalcitrants, people who do not deserve mercy. But the issue is that, yes, some of them are here for various reasons, but after some time, they will be reunited in society. Irrespective of everything, everybody deserves.
And no, Samoa, Yewura Elike, or boss was Sunyani Central Prison. Nevian was say, we are warm by chocolate on the bread woman, Nanti omonante bre, chocolate as or two. Nebin Mukana Chesan as a cocoa no crown, mo to the aquacoyono, aquacodins and cementi. A young one said chocolate as or two. Sompa said, dear, was a Ghana no, ye may ni echo home.
When you look at statistics, over the years, the promotion of made in Ghana goods, chocolate to be precise, and cocoa products has been on ascendancy. This year, we struggle to even get chocolate in certain quantities. If you go to town, you see that the whole town is in red. Chocolate is scarce. You will not get chocolate to buy. So it's an indication that the marketing vibe by the Ghana Tourism Authority to promote chocolate, it's working.
Yeah, Juma pa, it's one mujuma die se womo bogana ye chocolate no ho edawuro no kwaa container asoto ofa baabi a wunya Sunya Central Prisons bra na no wone opambo ageman wono mokọ ho no na owura Dennis Piasa wono ye pani a prisons ho woye superintendent eda wo ma no wono nso edi bi kan ho eda empanimfo na se wo mo akere do ampa Valentine no wa my meeting nso adibi
visiting the unit to meet into the unit on this very special occasion. As you already know, when we have special occasions like this, the inmates are also expected, because when they are at home, they are one of us. They are just people who have been brought here because they have fallen foul. That doesn't mean that they should be neglected. They are still one of us. On special occasions like this, when we remember them, when we give back to them, they feel proud. They are still one of us, which they are. So this is a very, very kind gesture. It's a beautiful gesture. And we urge on the general public that they should come on board. They should visit the prison, because the prison is everyone's potential second home. We wouldn't know what to bring into prison. So we should see them as our brothers and sisters. Because they actually are. They are not from outer space. So let's keep on doing the good work that we are doing. So a very big thank you to Ghana Tourism Authority for this kind of question.
enti owura Dennis pasia na ekasai piasa wonwa na oda ase no na wo ka kire won mo se won ma wo hoi kai hunu se wo tifie sesi e wo betimi akọ prison abra woni na so sanse nya won ma wo ho nyina na aye bone eno bra Ghana Tourism Authority for ekosra won mo a na ye de hye opambo ageman Sompa 98.9 no wodi akire opambo mo ni adwuma wabo adwuma kase pa afeye nyina no so na awotwe mu nyina ensemu a ye de besom wo free na no dwoda di besi no afie no yendo so do so bi emfama na no dwoda no na niema bi ana enenam tentanfedie no so ya na manfo bebre ka bie ya every weekend no mu de ba abesi no dwoda nyina no mo ka bie no sa manfo se ye de edin kotoka ya da ya international airport wa wankra ha empanisi yansesa no na yasesa no ale de amanfo se nya na kwa Nkrumah international airport binum so cross da bi Accra international airport ena binum so one more agreement ne se kotoka obeye eku eno na yewra kwabna Tahiru Mohammed Muhammad wa Keti Hammond asem ena mekan kane adanse aso kwamra se bedwane eno waka kire Ghana fo se wonu mo se kotoka obeye eku eno nti ni se ni din eto report so no mungu NDC party no sanso mfiri ku mu ne bai
About 1969, because of event to be a CEO 1967, no airport na never horo, and event in the baby sea and he decided pardon, yeah, general because to Kano, he needed to the airport, no, he had the machine and yam, you have a airport Kotoka International, and baby, now, someone can be on one to was I know and so yet, now see a very been to Kuzu and NDC party go. And this part is a good could have so could you and NDC go. Now, whole political structure and no more take a Kazan, some normal can, and you could have covered by it. Then you probably couldn't buy a year and as a coin of fast, so I know what it is, our party or by from June or some by you and obey a party and then one mutima and maybe can be aiding at 10 minutes. I did no about Rollins well who's a Kotoka International for no. If there was anyone who say also to me a guinea viewer, it would have been Rollins.
Anka no bibeka se wo yenye kotoka di ne kura mfiri Gabai Rollins wano kura de ku na baaye wanyi esa so nyina anim se ye nyina kuku ya eno wande baaye ana wode fa ho na ye ku eno wode bete NDC eno nti samosi kotoka wo be ye ku enti enisi ade ne din ade to international airport so dia NDC nso wo mu firi ku mu na baaye nisi wo mu di man
na dano dwade ye atwam yi na ebeto dwa kire mu se okopie mu awo eye ayewaso east so a eho abato no so no eman hom ne so ema chese mu nsem krampo de ebedane kroyin ensem ba ko epie free eye director of communication awoda ayewaso no amanyoko no ano eye Yera Richard Hiagba na wono de to dwa kire mu se NDC abaye omokokoto ya omukoko yi eye Yera Baba Jama se wono ana oma meda ayewaso east ano no oso eye kenken kwa na wono ni pokura de ni obetimi aka ewo eye sa abatu ababatu ya ebi se an wakochiche moto ebi se wakochiche TV ebi se envelope pie ba mu de sa ne mani nyina aka ho bi ana ma eye nkunimdie yi etimi ekọ edema Yera Baba Jama enti brofo kase mom friend vote buying enam so pokura ma Yera John Dramani Mahama etro nkrata de ma Yera Baba Jama kire ne se ni dibre wode hye ne se wo ma meye Ghana na musini ewa alata yaw na jeda krom ho no no won fa se dibre ne fa nto ho enti eno pokropo nam so e ma Yera Hiagba de bebetu dwa chemu se o wei enu pokra de comment say aban oye no adanko dadadre yi enu ne yade bia wode kata yeru baba jama nkunumde a wodi ye koye vote buy no enu anenam so a ode eba beto edwasa o chese di brewaji e de free ni nsem emu nsem ode tu dwa no ebini
special prosecutor is engaged in this matter, but I think that we've seen this before, and so I guess that my excitement is tempered greatly. We don't want this amount much, but the spectacle was the president's recall. That one is political optics because really, but for the majority's call for annulling the election, that is the only thing we want. He was going to agree naturally, and so that recall was not a good one, I think. But the key thing to do is the ADC's call for probe into the election, the majority's call for annulling the results.
Director of Communication Edema MPP Osunu Amanyokuo no Director of Communication Edema MPP Osunu Amanyokuo no Yira Richard Hiagba anabusua yeti se ode ne nsem yi atudwa na wotwe emu
eno na ye Jordan na Jordan mu na Vaco metre Voter Aluminium Company empanimfo a wo ho adwumefo no bi se wo mabopani Tumasi Accra rend of din say wono na emeda wo ma no say chief executive officer ena mo say ehene ha for the way di ntia wo mo kansa ne say sa papai say never ko empanimfo bia ba besom na enya na ye gina so a e wo se wo mpani obetimi aboa atoto nema ye na mo nya de obesa de wo ba kwa akoto kam na eba ne sa no wo mo ana wo twe ntanko say won te ase no wo ma hyeda ka wo ho abom local union chairman Edema protesters no Samuel watch my ajimai na watch my asemni
nothing concerns what you say you want to do, whether good or bad, that's what you want to do. We wrote him a letter 18th of December. He hasn't replied the letter. He hasn't done anything. So we don't know what to say is up to. But he doesn't talk to anybody. Some people belongs to Ghana. And Dr. Kwame Nkrumah gave this land to Sarfo. Your Excellency, we are here this morning pleading to you that you go to Mercy Angra to book. To Mercy Angra must, even by this time, must resign as the CEO of VRD. Because you can see the desperation in his eyes and in what he's doing, going from station to station to stations, telling lies. Vaco is never making $50 million losses. It's a lie.
I don't know my bon wa be no. Say na Vaco aboka enya no kure enti se womo de ore atuma se ankra rend of Samba biodia. Ene na anya de Vaco no wompese enya na esugina. Ene nti womo ka ne pre anya pre mfa. Say ade a womo ne twetwe no kura no wonka se obi a ho. Ena waye se brebre womo de nisi so a ene womo etia ne nyina nso afari womo adi abeni. Ene nti Samuel watch my ajimai ene ne domo se womo ka kire mpanimfo. Say wom de owura twumasi ankra ba beto Ghana Integrated Aluminium Development Corporation jade ka no de ene ne wom pese wo mu gu no ne wom de yesreba na sade endempo na ya ka se ebinumu do anu adwo no nti sabre wo man no kra mpo no nyankopon wode asotwe ebere wo man no ewo ya akoso na ya boswe na no brada edo na anu adwo no ehyaase ho eno na maame bi sade na ye anuo sade yo wunhunu na busan adwane bia na onya video ni bi hwe wono say ya bompa share the link wono de say share the fire ena no wakwa akose ena afawa asodan kakrakai baby so a pania wada afawa no pastor Elvis Ajima ne wa investigate na no ho no e ho no wo twi petrol digu petrol ya ma mi di ko gu ho nko ano etimi spaki articulator eno na no brada no yera pastor Elvis Ajima wakasa no achasa no kuro sompa fo mote ya na no kura pa ma na adwene se wo hye asodan no ne woni si wo bu okwato amena kwase no na nyankopon hwe no baby.
Caught that swift move and informed the security to Russia. Show it to them how swift the lady was. Well, put petrol. Ye bienya mi fia manipa be bompa ye nya fa hodie. Obi nso so be shedan. Look at that. Alfarians, look at that. So please, if you come there today, it may not be open tomorrow. But one thing is, it won't stop us. Devil, it won't stop us. We will fix the place. Prayer will still go. How many times have we not heard people say they heard something and they rushed to the auditorium to come and pray? And last year it was Obi who powered stop people from going near the auditorium, and we prayed the power of God into the auditorium so that the altar will be sanctified. And no man be modibeguso. Obit me tambo so my dear not diabetes.
One I know Tibrofun way, she's a devil. Where a bonsam bapa. And now was play Petro, Eddie Jadiaka home. Where we asked just was she was a good bear, Yawa, Sababi or Krabi or Ramade and Quato, and then Malconi Jenny, one of the Guswa, the Edichimakui. Tapoli, and then Chene, one with the Agun for us right down. Just one more grass or not. Where Yame, now so still, pressing for Achenoa. One more as a movie, where Pastor Elvis Ajimai, one of some Pacas and the train common.
Na dan opna dan so eye ofosi eyerebi mra shebedwani honorable Kwadwo Opon Kroma na okasa yi wo se wo wonsem bi se bi de ma eye aban obisa asem ba ko pe e de a kire ne se eye efam agudie yi a yegusu a ye tuwe yi hoanom na eto eno ne ni se misa obisa na yewa Kwadwo Opon Kroma kire mu se eye gold board ene eba be jini samma chese ne yakasa ikura yi yewa sami jansi obi ebo na baso se ho abranti akete wese waya de papa ye nyankopon patu na ehuni wase hwan se efema gudie yebeto a na nka ye efema giduo wo mo mutuo no ehwo ne ye todi frie na se sei gold board ababeji bibia kantanso ena omonkoa na omoto fema gudie omonkoa na omosanso ton enu nti yewa Kwadwo Opon Kroma bisa se eye gold board won hyehyeye a omede babeto dwampo krompa eye act 1140 enu sumpo krambre title ewo ekwan a ye foso a yetimi formalize eye ye mfam agudie nu nso no enu nso wo ma bonti no ma mechire mu na ensem a yewa Kwadwo Opon Kroma edi tu dwa no emu nchire mu no ebini
uhwe de ekoso a omono nkasa de omono sika na eto galamsey gold sika enra omopele for ba akoko Sompa FM ya me sendo audio tie the talent also to be him say galamsey gold nkan the big body to not to be him na feel no more different methods in Canada because traceability requirements na dia wo here na di no na wa ko ya also no be to export gold or Ghana mo kwa na mo export obi to be to gold mo kwa na moto mo aso mo say galamsey in fairness small gain mo ko ti ama between ti bonus kwa and akofa bank of Ghana kaya be even as we say galamsey koso ti hwan na to galamsey gold no catch the one eto enti we say feel na ba ye ba be no so but we just one of the enada bibria ibisi kunu omada Ghana for sa obo no ka store no ma bonyo ma fa ho na oso akwa akogye di ebe ye che no mo nkasa na fi obo issue receipt
enti yewa Kwadwo Opon Kroma ofuase eyirebi mra shebedwani ena yete se wo bisa ban ewo fam agudie ya yetuei ne yetu ne woto ene ne okwakoton
ene eda seboa wonu ma yetu no ena eton ena wo mo a eton no nso ena kokoton na ma memfa nwura mampani aboboa no na watwi mu brada no wo kan se bi mewie ba bi fo bob na pa mampani de tudwa se no kwasem ni se ba mamuomu emra kwanso ene de aban ne mu no a ene boko na aba no eye asigiri abugrago azoka ya wotoso mienu emra kwanso wona na mra na chese woye boko hene anasa boko na aba ente kwowie no de na ewo akire bia ne wo ma ne twentankonyina no emra ne kire se pani na edie na mampani nso ato na ne mutuo bnada no a kire se sade emra ne se no so obi di mra no so se ete a eye.
While the mediation was ongoing, there was violence, killings. It's estimated about 119 people lost their lives in the period of the mediation. But thank God, ultimately, his report came out. And the mediation process was meant to work to find a traditional resolution to the conflict. And the thinking was that we could get the parties to the conflict to in a traditional manner as was done in the past, find a way to accommodate each other. Unfortunately, I think that didn't happen. And once it didn't happen, then the mediator had no option but to revert to what the law says. And so his report basically, stated what the lawful position was. And I swore an oath to uphold the Constitution and the laws of the Republic of Ghana. And so I cannot be sentimental in terms of implementing the law. And everybody knows what the law states, that the truly gazetted chief of Boko Naba is Na Abugrago.
Eno na Ghana mampeni atoso no wachire no edabnada Tuesday na sanse mi pi.
Wabo Boko su die na Boko na aba. Say yenya confirm no we. Na ye gina Boko wa. Oswofo we fisam so ayo no nyamfo mu ntaka Mubarak Mohammed. Triple M. Wono na ka say wasi a prosifo a wono mo Boko. Wo mo se adwuma na hwe a wo mbegya sansa amanfo ha wo mpa. Wono so mpaka se che ne sei.
Between 25th of December and today, the number of officers that have been shot and killed in that area is alarming. Just the day before yesterday, an officer was shot and killed. And it makes it very difficult when you want to send officers there. People even go and beg that they have to be transferred. I have instances where you sit in the office and officers resign that if you don't transfer me out of that area, then I'd rather resign and leave the service. Why? Because the citizens there themselves are not helpful. To the extent that, Mr. Speaker, police officers that we put on the barrier, like checkpoints, people have courage to go openly and fire at them and kill them. Yes, in that area, to the extent that at the point that the IGP had to withdraw all police officers from checkpoints and had to insist that no, the answer is not to withdraw. We should rather be able to place them with armored vehicles.
And until now, IGP can say, Prosifor our checkpoint when na where you am there free one say nipa timi kwasane tuo the good Prosifor so nti Prosifor no say o de ba kwaboko pa de e na adwuma no begai sa de na ha adwen pa enti mi wura wote adwam we fa na si from ne nya bibi mfa ho we ye onimnyamfo mu ntaka Mubarak Mohammed na bra wo kasa no na point ku ote me nchen na wono so gina na ho wotam de breye
Abusuya ye toa kase no eso ye ka wo se wei eye na wotwe mu nsam e na bade workers enuanom basa eja oba no honkonkron ya tenase a ye be ensam na so yete se bai kuku no enu nti ye de bramo se ne se na efata na ye nto so da no wuku ada no na ya ochre dua oye brekum west mrahye bedwani wode atodo atem se amanyokuo bebre wo Ghana hanum se ya no kwasem nie amamra a yede to aba no yente ase wose wa mo nte ase na Ghana hanum se nkwa na etimi to aba wi a na koto etimi a kire ne odi kunim koto etimi atrase na obebe nsenu na watwe mu nsem ba ko ode to dwa so a okasa fa ho no ana ode to dwa chem se Ghana hanum se no amanyokuo no eto omoboase na Electoral Commission awo mo ana abato nyina kuta omutiri so de a omo ntombo ase achacha amanyofo ewo kwan ebetimi afaso a ya mamra ne amane no akwan afaso edeto aba no eyade ebetimi aboa pa na emu nsem bia obi edeto hoyi yewa kire Ghana for tie Sompa kan yetie.
When elections are held, and interestingly, Electoral Commission conducted this election, certified it as having been held under our electoral laws. Then the party sits with the committee, says we've annulled. If an aggrieved party wants the result to be annulled, the place to go is to go to court. And that is why it raised issues of legal challenges. That is not to say these things didn't happen. If you look at the report and if you look at the communication from the chief scribe of the party, he admitted that these things happen, but under the circumstances, the way to go is not for the party, which lacks the power and authority to do, because don't forget, these are issues that has also got to do with the rights of individuals. Once you say you've annulled and an aggrieved party goes to court, you have to wait for court to determine. If court determines that there were irregularities, court determines that rules were flouted and annuls, everybody will comply by the court's order.
Enti wei eye nana ya kire dua brekum west mrahye bedwani ane ete se da no ukuada no wode nsem yi eto mframa mu
ukuada kro na ne yegina na saa ukuada no ana kane National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program penia na oye kwankyerɛ for dano owura kofi ofosun kansa wobɛtena for God and country so a na one Professor Kwabena Abochi enkomobomu anu wobɛkyɛ sɛ scholarship secretariat jai eba scholarship ahodo a amanfo de kwa amano ni fa to no say asem we de emuadu na wo kan sa no evidence bibia ne ho a mentumi nya mfa kyerɛ na nya aban we nko aban abɛsene ko nyina wo kan kofia ne brio ne ko ho ntintin sɛ tie ni ɛkyɛ banche ase apiepie na ekokɔ wie no ɛna abifo frɛ no wɔn mo frɛ no no abu simu pampampan kɔe na so eduru ba bia na ne mmerɛ nimfo pɛsɛ wɔne ne kasa no obisa no nkɔmɔ kora ɛna abifo ne di no ba bia wɔn de na akɔhyɛ na wɔn mpɛsɛ obi abehu ɛno ɛna ne lawyer ni na ba afo awua wɔn nso bɛto na no mutu ɛkyɛ sɛ deɛ mpanimfo ne yɛ no sabi ofosun kansa wɔ ni ewu na sɛde wɔn se de ne nante te sɛ obi a wayɛ bɔne huhu bi no wɔn dwene ho a wɔn nte ase na deɛ ntia wɔn yɛ sa na yɛfa ahodeɛ ntie tia so na no ukua da no ɛna wɔka asa asɛmi
Omo inform me formally say omo bearing before court or nyame ya adomo into omo money bill into understanding no I've left the BNI me chain amajame watching but omo chain nra 4 o'clock and so omo invite no 11 o'clock into 11 no and ye koye na eja under the pretext of investigations where they're engaging them into bo omo man arrest omo chain no into 4 o'clock ya 24 hours into 4 o'clock now 48 hours. But obviously what is clear, and I can tell everybody that they are acting under the instructions of somebody above them. Because it is above us. It is above us. And not running through everything they say. So what is established is that they are acting according to instructions which is above them.
Ora above where square no. Emrasebe dwani ogina ma de sia won mo so am abato mpasua so asante mantemo. Won ne mranim ni a wo gina mama fosu kofi fosu kansa eno wo chese we de wo hu ni pefe se de wo so sene wo mo tumi bi kura na wo soro ho na wo mo ye adwuma no e de ama no
na no ya wada no ye wa ha na ye te se ye nya tetefo nko ye kwa we na ewura atobanfo sen na efrei sense ntwefo nhia mo binti no ya ye mra na ye ne ye ka ebedu ganafo wo no na ho pe na wo mate asem no ane se yakoya wasi o sesei Ghana koko bo no kura pa na se abaya ye nu obetumi bia na no kura no obrempon ka se ban pese wo hwan so kakra na kukuduro na aban nyaaye emfa hwan so enti afedi a kukuduro na nya ba eno enti wo ka de a kire se ukopie mu amansan dwama so a ya te so no enti ba bia na nka kane ejina 3000 and 500 achiri ho ba bi no abaya hwan so na no kra na 3006 achiri ho kakra egu achiri abaya hwan so eno ya nto bag no e de aba bedu 2587 ya munya no kose na enya abanya.
As a result of that, the PPLC thereby announces that effective today, Thursday 12 February 2026, the new producer price for the remainder of the 2025-2026 crop season will now be 41,392 Ghana cedis per ton and 2,587 Ghana cedis per bag. This measure has become necessary to reflect the reality of the world market price of cocoa, ensure the injection of immediate liquidity for expedited payment of farmers, and guarantee the sustainability of our cocoa sector.
Na wo wie kura no eno asenye wamo aka bi eda cocoa board ho no eye 4.3 billion Ghana 4.35 billion Ghana cedis eka aba no echenkure
that the minister responsible for finance, myself, to urgently seek parliamentary approval for the following. 1, to convert the legacy debt of about 5.8 billion Ghana cedis owed to the Ministry of Finance and Bank of Ghana. Cocoa Board currently owes the Ministry of Finance 3.7 billion Ghana cedis, which arose from the conversion of non-marketable cocoa bills into a loan. And the Bank of Ghana another 10-year loan of 1.38 billion Ghana cedis. The debt conversion will restore positive equity and boost the international and local market to support the operations.
Wey ayo magana for sotamfo onyanfo atubanfo sen nene ene yati
na dano ya wadano ena soafo a wono anohwe sikasem so yewra Kessel atofo sen ogina simpie ni apaso no ne nsentrofo kasa ye na omatena afoforo no eho efepa kanda eho newo na ogina simpie ni apaso wodi tudwa chemu se nokwasem nie yehwe koko sane akuafo esifo bom homodem pa enyo mo ankenne adofo de ya yedie ede be mpa ne edi bedie obi shatade kokko fita no nam ho wenya chocolate anka no ho a oboa ose oni birthday enu ntie koko akuafo de ne moyama yin sebe ye ni sika bia ede be mamu se yebeka se nyankopon hira mo nanso Ghana ye de moka ye betua emu nsem odi tudwa no ena wo kiremu sei.
Take you to the proposed reforms. A careful, and I won't say proposed reforms, these are reforms that are going to implement immediately. A careful review of the cocoa sector over the last 8 years revealed gross mismanagement, which requires immediate and comprehensive reforms to address the challenges in the sector. Cabinet has therefore decided on the following reforms to guarantee a fair price to the cocoa farmer, secure the financial viability of the cocoa sector, and ensure the long-term sustainability of the cocoa industry. To bring relief to unpaid cocoa farmers, Cabinet has accordingly directed the Ghana Cocoa Board to commence immediate repayment of all affected cocoa farmers. 2. A new Cocoa Board bill will be presented to Parliament to implement an automatic adjustment of producer price to align with movement in the world market price, exchange rate, and other key variables, and guarantees a minimum of 70% of gross FOB price to be paid to the cocoa farmer.
Wey ayeswafo wono anohwe yesikasem so yewra Kessel atofo sen na enu eche na odi tudwa kire mu ekwan ya ombefa so a akuafo ye edu omukai yebehwe na yebetua omusikai ede amomo.
Produce Buying Company, PBC, will be revived to resume full operations and become the leading licensed buying company in the cocoa sector with immediate effect. With the new financing model, Cocoa Board can sell beans of any volume to local processing companies to promote value addition and job creation. Cabinet has, however, directed that with immediate effect, the remainder of the beans for the crop year 2025-2026 should be allocated for domestic processing. Cabinet has also directed that beginning from 2026 to 2027 crop season, a minimum of 50% of all cocoa beans should be processed locally, and this will be part of the Cocoa Board bill going to Parliament.
We ayeswafo wono anohwe sikasem so Kessel kwamena ato forcing anabusua odi nsemi atudwa eda yawada.
Abusan yawada na ene yegina na yawada no mu no. Deputy Director of Elections and IT Edema ND Samanyuku no. Ora Rashid Tanko computer. Wono so ede ene de epem so. Ene wo acha se sade na no vote buying bi ko so ewo ayawaso Easter bana na chini yemma ekwa akoto ayi di obedi wo manim ede akopere mrase badwa akonwa no no wakwa akosha na wo badwa fie no ewie na sikatua bi abam kosua ni mako emu TV nom ne eka aka ho motokura wo mo chebi na ekwie baba jama na no wo mo de won se tretre ne so pa emranim ni na owura Rashid Tanko computer be chese ayawaso East for wo mo buo mo ho eno achi nso kura no wo mo do nipa na wo mo nso kura sade ekọọso no wo mo ne nye ho enti obi gina baabi no wo keka ne o kana o baba jama wo ntumi nwe no wo so we ne de wanwe na wie wanwe ne na we ne a wanwe ne bia no enya sa vote buying na ekọọso ne sansam no a don kuma na yire won ho ebo ho papa se tonfo dade bi ehia no eno ne beye biribi we entimi mpusu kra moche.
It will have no impact. It will not. You see, the people of Ayawaso are very decent people. I like them. They are lovely people, very respectable people. So they know who they want to represent them. And I can assure you, they are going to vote for the NDC. They know what the NDC has done for them over the years. In fact, when we were in office, from His Excellency John Dramani, his first term, from 2013 to 2016, the benefit they got from the government then, and currently, what they are benefiting from the government, they will definitely reward the NDC administration with another vote counted March.
Eno ura Rashid Tanko computer, Deputy Director of IT, edema ndc amanyoko no ya elections ka ho wono editor so se enu ntimi nsesa bibia ayawaso east for enim nipa wo mpese wodi wo manim na enya de ekoso nti ene bia wo mbesesa ede afiri se wo mfa baba jama amna di wo manim abusua eno so ne yegina na anwumrei no nsia bre mu kase ebo a yede na awotwe nyina de yesom wo no yeda ye ho age abo afo nkrato na emom pepsodent se yenimi enu nyina fatwi anopa san fatwi anwumre na yi wosia asenje mpre no ama wosan nso apai fita na fe wonum ankasa anya ahoden de friend se oral hygiene no wonsa ka bi na beye yi a pepsodent ya time heba mister malaria dro tatahwe obapa na yaka akire time no eno na meka mfo ama Dr. Tafrija na aye adure na adure no etu atiri di ase entontom awewo ama malaria ba mu anopheles mosquito ene ka ho na kono numbi na fe ku omobro ne nyina afiri owidiem ewia now the time heba mister no wo de no aye ntoso eba ne sade te sade wakum owo atwa ne ti dia ka ye homa ai emuyi wanonom we yawie no so onya just hot kenke wan hwe ye obedi adi ne ho no esanse sa dokono no wo mo de yellow corn de ahoden wo mu a nipadua bi ahia bi no na wo mo de yoyi na fe Jesus house wo mo asan na mekan yo ya wo mo wodome commercial bank na chi no wo mo ye just bread and pastries no wo mo na de sa dokono yaba ente dokono papa ya efini nkekan bi anka no nkwan so bonten so no wo mo de no a ebo na efo 3 cities ente wo mo de matufo ka ho fa ko ma bo nchenim na kokan ko ma no ma pan no kokan ma na fa besi joint ho de wo ba ya ye wo mako a wo twie ne wonche nam kakra bi a wo chefro ya wa ya ka ho eno nso kura no sidi num timito eho bi die enti wo ka na so bete na so mfaso obedi pi Jos asema make 0256 068 832 babia wo bi atonsa frɛ won na de on package mfa emma no na onso ton edi onfaso pefo midimafo heba center wodi man wo kase mu anwumrei wose menkyerɛ na kyerɛ kwan sɛ wo nkran mfifiri mantamu ana sɛ poyi afam ho a enha ho brapoku ase mayira wo yade be yira bra wode ta ma ato so esan sɛ yade efrɛ ne kwankro no woko emekɔ ana sɛ ebu akwa agogo eno asantima mu ka ho aban so ku ni nhwɛ ni mu pɛ na wonko agogo yade ema hotomra anwumrei wono na kuta yemu a ye be nsɛnama wo ye dan ye hutia waje aboafo nkrato ye bapɛ ye do be wie fiada na ye wie kase no
She was saying, get a Pepsodent charcoal toothpaste.
Midimafo, Pokwase Maira Accra. Midimafo, Pokwase Maira Accra. Midimafo Heba Clinic Aba Accra. And you won't hear passengers a gumi kaimui. A Hana do one aircraft. Hey, and this Accra and put away a demo. And ya demo ampa. The said ye, a Duchem Atlantic International University, America Memo, about Dr. Dujanfi Babasu, honorary degree as a professor in biology in herbal medicine. It is said here, I am more. Oh, Mr. Minim wife, your copa war. 1 year, 1 city. Need send betom once and ETS canon. Miss me connection and shed down Koye, na Esakakra. To say what Peggy Mama or the Bem connection. What about the crowd? Stroke so dear. What found small. Chessa, I did you who any dear Siano. Yari Bia Tatia, ever Dr. Tamdaso and so. Diabetes, hepatitis B, prostate, hypertension, malaria. Yari Bia. You must say, oh, opposite government school. And then Krahanso, Obepim, or Pokuase, Maira Kwanoso. For a doctor, 0244 774 282.
Number 0500 727215.
Midimba for Herbal Clinic. Woodima for Newa.
Sompa TV, Emma Aketiapa.
Eno kwasempa Emma Aketiapa. Ya de nsem no kwa akowie nyame ya adom a enra efiada yi ensem no sane ba ye na ye bidi amawo na asantemanta musuafo Dr. Frank Amwakohene wono na ekasa enra eno wa kire se no kre watete se na ano kra mpo obrempo mo tena ho kan bi se Amansia Central MC ya ho wo ye tax for galamsey na wono se suafo ya oda asantemantam na no wo ye hwehwemu bia esafata e wa asem no ho na wo wi a wo de ho ntansa bebree
justice applied in this sense. The mere fact that allegations are levied against you does not mean that we should start with or we should interdict you. Definitely there should be evidence and a case made against you. So the good thing is that the presidency has set up a committee. Once one ruling is established against any of the officials, I'm sure that they would not, or it wouldn't require any calls to some of them to do so. As speaking now, we all have to have that patience and then support the president and the committee doing their work to thoroughly assess the situation and come out with the facts of the issue.
We aya santimanta musoafo onimnyamfo Dr. Frank Amwakohene.
Na dano fiadano ena His Excellency John Kwame Dramani Mahama enso edikotu udwa ewo eye African Union Convention ase edi tudwa chemu se aben botaye baako a wofa si nani so ne se wobehwa afie yi wobema mrahye bedwafie wonmo no womo ahye eye dwumadie bi ese dwumadie no eba beboa emma ewo emma bebre a yetai eighty omofa hodie so na yema emma ninje ewo wiase mu enu nti we no eye African Union Convention on Ending Violence Against Women and Girls ewapa AUCEVAWG ana full stop tato na odi tudwa na a high level breakfast meeting bi ekoso wo mo kasa dia for mine sikasem ho ene ekwan ye betima afaso abibremu anu senum ye betima dada ye ho oba ne bema anamontuo emu ena yera John Dramani Mahama ekokasa ya na dwumadie no eye 39th African Union Summit ase ewo Addis Ababa danu fiada no.
In February 2025, this assembly adopted the African Union Convention on Ending Violence Against Women and Girls, a historic step, and yet progress has been slow. Ghana has signed the convention and we've initiated steps to ratify. This session of our parliament is going to ratify the convention. And I urge all member states to sign and ratify this convention before the end of 2026. Violence against women and girls is not only a moral outrage, it is an economic catastrophe costing Africa billions annually in healthcare, lost productivity, and justice expenditures, while devastating families and communities. Ratification of this convention is a clear declaration that violence against women has no place in our societies.
We His Excellency John Kwame Dramani Mahama in some way odukotudwa ewo Addis Ababa 39th African Union Summit ase enodi nsemi etudwa dano efiada no
sa fiada korona no na da wiase nyina yidi asi ho na wo mo hye radio ho fa ene nti nkomo wo mo kodi ewo Addis Ababa empanimfo ahodo wo mo kasa ye nyina no radio nti Ghana 40 bi amaya ahodo e ka ho no nso wo mo nso enam radio so ema wo no motei sanse ne radio no wo wi a obo se wiase nyina apa no so Sarfo di atoto sui Sompa 106.5 FM Accra Facebook or live YouTube no Sompa FM live eno nso na etuatua ne no na Ghana fo titu won ma wasantima mu ene ba abedu edi nkomo e kire radio no emfaso a abaso pa ma wo mo e ba disua afi agudi ahodo ene emu ani gidie nyina radio so na wo mo fa edifiri
sasemo ba omram yeti radio de eho hia pa
radio de mpaso wo so yimnim fa wa say radio enye na nka emayente de ekoso wo wiase yo sensem hihye ho pa ndi try radio one ati de ekoso bia ndi radio de ensentrefo so a moti radio nso ya da wase bia no kre da bia mo fa no kre nto mo ma yete de ekoso ne de ebenyina
radio ye fidie bia ma yete ensem ekoso ewu wiase nyina wo hokwa obeti yesi accident bi yesi obeti yesi obi ahye no akonfo obeti yesi obi akum obi ewuwuram obeti yesi obi ahye obi wafuom ni nyina na radio so fu ya na ma yete we nyina nti radio ya de pa bi a ebo nipa ma yehu niam ekoso ewu wiase
eno wiase nyina da wono mu yisi ho ase wo de hye radio ho fa yesi na no eno da fie eho na Ghana fo bi wono mo boso wakyerɛ sɛ yɛka enne kura artificial intelligence aba asɛmti ana ɛda so no kwampa ebetumi afa dada no de ahyɛ radio no mu a ɛbɛboa ama emfasopa nipa hwehwɛ yensa ebetumi aka abusua ɛno so ɛne yɛgyina ne yɛde nsɛm na sie na mmom ɛnemu nwoma no Facebook no so wadwenkyerɛ a ɔde bae no yɛnte ne tew emfama
nana akuamu aboaten wɔse ɔma ɛyɛ Valentine dakese pa enko emfama eye maame araba bentil oso wa showman na odoniye papa nkratoe efri nana akwamia boaten eho ablekuma central na wode ba wose Dr. Mahamadu Baumia obeye mampani 2028 na ankoma first nso ono nso se odeni de ni free eye honorable kwadwo opon kroma krom ofonsa yirebi ono no de no wachemansa wose NDC aben omaka wetu pat omaka esisu dua kire se omne akuafo ebechi ayam ene eno sunsanso ene omuhunu wose omonka omakoma nto omyem na emom oya obi a omufam ene no wochena esumdue papa ewo honum ose aban papa nso eba ena afen nso ankoma fosa kro yi wose eye yera num NDC fuyi susuye a mofa esimu ani so se mobema koko buo aba fam amakuafo asunu modie monka makoma entom yam ena master planner junior kentampo ewo no difri wose ne kwan wapa no ye nitiawa happy birthday enko enfama koko akuafo wo Ghana nyina ene wo mo a wo chena omso mpeso mo baba ye akuafo wose Dr. Mahamadu Baumia beba 2029 na inshallah ni etie bia no ekoko akuafo eni ebejepa wose wochia Dr. Opoku Ajiman MPP financier ebusia esi
akenkanfo e triple A man eja pia pam dada enwumre otu obrempo na kwakwa mpomanka enya yenko Valentine no eho akyede no eno nso di so ena
nana opon checheku
yede wasi de nyom papa eto aso menkwansa